Your standards set your reputation. And your reputation is not about what you say, but about what you tolerate. It's what you allow to happen around you, both you and other people. And so you think about what kind of standards are you setting that other people are going to see? What behaviors are you displaying? And do you have deliberate standards you set? We just finished our second summer phone call with the rugby team getting ready for our preseason camp Labor Day weekend. And we talk a lot about culture for the returning players, what went well and what didn't, and what do we need to deliberately change, but also setting the stage for the new players, the transfers, and the new players coming into any collegiate program, what it means to be part of this team. And we are very deliberate and very clear on what our expectations are. Not only what do we expect of you, but what are you no longer allowed to do. We call them our above the line, below the line behaviors. Because we want a reputation as a hardworking, very competitive, but also respectable program. That's the reputation we want, and we're starting to get it, because even though, talking about Grand Canyon University Rugby, even though our program went to a Tier 2 tournament last year, we were able to finish runner-up in the Tier 2 section. So you're looking at probably the top 10-ish teams, 8 to 10 teams will go into a top-tier tournament. We decided that we wanted to be more competitive in a Tier 2 to get the experience we needed as we work our way up to that top tier. And it worked out for us because we got great exposure, we got a great experience, we played at a high level, still high-level teams. Damn near pulled it off. It was tight and it was disappointing. But that showing has allowed us to schedule. Coach is constantly talking about teams are calling, looking to schedule us because we're good competition, we're up and coming, we play hard, we play respectful, we love the sport, we represent our school, we represent the community around rugby, and this is the reputation that we've built. We are up and coming, and we are going to be a competitive team. The players that are coming to our programs, it's all about, because we were intentional about the way we build our culture and the way that we deliberately build our reputation, not to impress people. That is not what we're doing, because eventually people will see through that. We want the genuine culture, the genuine, deliberate character development, and then define the behaviors necessary in order to reflect what we say we are. It doesn't matter what we say if we don't follow through with it. And so this whole idea of the reputation of not only who you are, what you stand for, the behaviors that are going to reflect it, but also the people that are around you. Because if you say that you want to be somebody or have some type of reputation, but then you allow people around you who don't reflect that reputation, that is going to wear off on you, either by you accepting some of their behaviors or just by the perception of you're around those people, so you must be used to those people. I turn this into another example of family. There are certain family members that have this assumption, just because you're family means I can treat you a certain way, and we're still family. And if you apply that to any other circumstance, coworkers, friends, associates, fans, if you're an athlete or an actor or something like that, it doesn't work that way. You disrespect and you treat people wrong, inappropriately for long enough, they're not going to be your friends, your fans, your coworkers. But for some reason, people in family think that, oh, you're my mother, brother, sister, cousin, whatever, I can treat you whatever way I want. No, it doesn't work that way. And so I have set the standard that there are certain people that I don't communicate with because they have consistently, over a long period of time, Just wasn't just a one and done, oh, they pissed me off. No, they consistently behave in a way that does not reflect the life I want to live. Other people in my life have criticized me, or at least talked to me about, oh, well, what if we... No, man, I'm not going to do it, because that type of mentality is, if you want to be a peacemaker, eventually you have to accept unacceptable behavior. And I am not willing to accept unacceptable behavior based on my standards, what I have set. Because and I've been very clear on what it would take. You want to come back into my life? I need this, 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 and this. And they refuse to do it. And they tell me that I'm inappropriate. Okay, your choice. You go live your life. I'm going to live mine. So whether it's your personal life, your business life, sports, any kind of a team, group, family, relationship, put that into a relationship. What do I want to tolerate? Yes, I have had failed relationships, and I take responsibility for my part in those, which is why my current relationship is amazing, because I have taken responsibility for those mistakes. I've grown. I've talked to friends and family and been direct with my spouse, and talked to therapists and my friend who's a chaplain, and I've worked through those issues, and I've tried to apply my expertise of performance psychology and how do I do emotional regulation and communicate better and conflict resolution, all those things, because that's the standard I have set. I want a good relationship, so therefore my role is to build my reputation as somebody who will not stand for that personal behavior of my own. I'm not just talking about holding other people accountable. I'm talking about holding me accountable as well. And I think it's important to understand that you're not judged by the things that you say. You're judged by your behavior, and things you say are part of that behavior. You can't just go around saying, oh yeah, I want to be a great dad, and then not do great dad things. You can't say, oh, I really want a great relationship, and then not do the great relationship things. Or worse, bitch and moan because, oh my gosh, my relationship sucks. Why? Because my spouse does this and this and this, and take no responsibility for yourself. It makes no sense. You're judged by your behaviors, not what you say you are. If you want to be something, you have to go deliberately try to be that thing. You have to define what it is, create the path in order to get yourself there, and then go do the things every single day. You can't just do one great thing and then say, oh yeah, see, I tried, it didn't work. Well, you got to keep doing it over and over again. You either raise yourself up into the reputation you want, or the reputation that you were assigned is what you're just going to have to deal with, right? You get what you create, and you create what you tolerate. If you are willing to tolerate a shit relationship because you're tolerating shit behavior, then go forth. Go do your thing. But don't be surprised when people are like, well, I don't know what you're complaining about. Relationship ends, or it just keeps going on and you're miserable. Well, yeah, what'd you expect? What do you think was going to happen? If I don't like my work environment, I either find a different work environment, or I do something to change the work environment. If I choose to stay in an unhealthy work environment, that's on me. Why am I staying? Am I staying? Oh, because the benefits are great, but the culture sucks. Okay, well, you got to pick, man. Don't come to me when, a year later and you're like, well, the job still sucks. What have you done to change it? What are you doing about it? All right, reputations are built just like everything else. If you're not deliberate about it, something is still going to be created. Something is still going to happen. There's still going to be an outcome. Time will keep ticking, and things will be created. Even if you're not putting your hands to it, even if you're not molding the clay is still going to be molded. You're still going to have a reputation. You just may not like it. You're still going to have relationships. They just may not be healthy and productive. Most people have to go get a job. But even then, like, what if the job's not perfect? Okay, well, maybe it can just be a job. Like, you don't have to go find your purpose and passion in your work. Maybe your purpose and passion is at home, and the job is just a job. That's okay. We've turned this into, oh, you can't work for the man. You gotta do your own thing. You gotta have purpose and passion. Man, what if I just want to go to work 9 to 5 and then go home to my purpose and my passion? That can be okay. I'm still going to put my purpose and my passion into work. I'm still going to give it my all because they're paying me and they deserve the best of me. But you have to make that definition. You have to decide what that looks like, and understand that your reputation is based off of your standards. Your standards will be reflected in your behaviors, and your behaviors are going to be reflected on how much you value your reputation and your standards. And so it's up to you. And if you don't do it, don't expect anybody else to do it for you. You are your responsibility, and you need to step up and manage it. And if you are, great. Keep doing it. Refine, because you can always do something better. It's not about beating yourself up. It's just about admitting, this is where I am. This is where I want to go. And then how do I get there? What can I do immediately? What small thing can I do immediately that's going to have a big impact down the road? Not asking you to make massive, these changes. I don't want you to change everything. That's actually not manageable. That's not sustainable. It's like people that go into this, health and wellness, and then people wonder why. Well, this year isn't my year because I didn't reach all 19 of my goals by February 28th. I'm not asking you to change everything. I'm asking you to become more self-aware and pick a few little things to do really, really well. If you wanted to go into the gym and you eventually wanted to have better health and wellness, fitness, lift weights, run faster, further, and have a little bit slim figure, you can't do all that at once. Yeah, you can do those things, but it's very overwhelming. And the human brain, some people can do it, but most people need to take chunks at a time, right? So how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I'm not asking you to eat the whole rib cage or whatever it is, whatever you eat it on an elephant. I don't know. Well, I'm asking you to be self-aware, have an idea of where you want to go, who you want to be, the relationships you want to be in. What are the standards that are going to reflect, that are going to be reflective of the reputation you desire? What are the behaviors necessary to get yourself there? And then decide to do it.